Yo, this is your boy R&B from 20 Talk 20. We're back.
Yo, this is your boy King Karam. We're here.
It's your boy Dirty.
Hey, it's Steph the Oracle.
Welcome back, people. And it's episode 7. Feeling good, feeling great. How's everybody feeling tonight?
Good, man.
Feeling good. It's Friday.
Weekend, Friday, yeah.
And it's actually the first time
tomorrow. May makes no difference, but...
Oh, they got you? They got you, Oracle?
Yeah, I always work in the weekends.
Oh, okay. Well, before you go into work, we're going to have some fun Friday. I don't know if you noticed, this is our first time recording on a Friday.
Yes. And it's our first time doing TikTok Live. Yay. Hi, guys. We're up to 3,000.
They're going to love us.
Yeah, we're up to 3,000 likes already. So, hi, guys.
They're going to love us. Let me just smile a little bit more. Should go up to 5,000. So, look, man, we got to get into it. But before we begin the madness, Steph, the Oracle, please use that lovely voice and tell them where they can find us.
Absolutely. 20 Talk 20 is talking about all shows, movies, music, and everything in between. So go back and listen to those episodes wherever you listen to podcasts. We are on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google, Breaker Radio, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon Music, and we are now on Castbox. Listen, click, and follow button where you can get all your notifications on the latest episodes.
And YouTube.
And YouTube, yes. Don't forget on YouTube. And now we're on TikTok Live. Hey, what's up, guys? Don't forget. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Seth. Finish up, my bad.
No, it's okay. So don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at 20 Talk 20.
Ooh.
Okay, so before we officially start and we get to what's trending, I'd like to give a major shout out to my boy Dirty. Like, you don't understand the man. I don't even know how he does it. You know what I mean? Because we almost went into like verbal fisticles for a second till we verbally hugged it out. But you have to understand how much editing he really does. Now, mind you, he loves it. Don't get it twisted. It's not like he's like, yeah, I'm going to just do my best here because you guys are cool. He loves it. He's really great at it. He hasn't been doing it for that long, and that's what's pretty dope. And he's really good at it. So I encourage him to keep pushing forward. And thank you so much, bro, for everything that you do.
Man. Thanks, bro. Thank you.
Simply amazing, right?
Yeah,
so we're going to get into what's trending. Steph, what's trending? What's going on?
So the SAG Awards just recently went up on February 27th. So, we guys got to talk about the winners. What are some of the things we got to talk about? Absolutely, about the SAG Awards.
You guys ready?
But Aaron, explain to them. Some people don't know what the Screen Actors Guild Awards is. Like,
break it down for us.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the Screen Actors Guild Awards, right? This basically on the actors, everybody who does the work. They're the ones who say, "Yo, I think this actor should get the award," or the director, or a producer. Within themselves, they say, "Man, you did a fantastic job, bro, sis," and et cetera, et cetera.
So there's no like the Oscars. There's no board.
Panel.
Well, remember the Screen Actors Guild is their union. So this is like
union, right?
This is like their awards for honoring the actors and actresses. Well, now they call actors now
in their circle,
right? In their circle for the best
absolutely.
achievements in film and television performances.
Right. So they give each other so much love, and it's just honesty. You got to understand as an actor, you got to understand and notice how they have to change character. Or directors just have to direct and make this movie great enough for everybody to say within their circle. This is their circle. This is them, for them to say, "Yo, you are fantastic this year with this movie. There's no way we could deny you." So with that being said, Will Smith. Will Smith's been here before, right?
Yeah.
Over and over and over. I think that there's plenty of movies to watch still before April comes around for the Oscars.
The Oscars, right? Yeah.
But he got this one.
Yeah. So
he got this one.
I'm gonna go down the list. It's not that much. We're gonna break into 2 categories: film and television. So for best outstanding performance by a male actor in the leading role was Will Smith.
Okay.
Female, it was Jessica Chastain for The Eyes of Tammy Faye.
Oh, okay.
Then we have Troy Kotsur for outstanding performance by a male actor in a supporting role, and he was in Coda. So he was Oh, I think he was like one of the first actors that he was deaf, because now they're being more mainstream in acting roles.
Okay.
So he's
So you're
deaf.
saying that he was the first nominated person
deaf person that won an award
Oh wow, hearing
for
impaired.
his performance in Coda.
That's amazing,
Yeah.
but I haven't had the opportunity to see it.
I
But it's
haven't seen it
on
either.
Apple TV.
It's
so,
on Apple TV.
So if you guys have an opportunity to
Okay.
definitely go check that out
And then
for sure.
outstanding performance by a female actor in the supporting role was Ariana DeBose for West Side Story.
Yeah, I've been hearing great things about her actually.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I started watching it. I haven't probably like 20 minutes in, and when she made her speech, she said that this was a role that was 10 years in the making.
Mm.
So I don't
That
know.
long?
So I don't
Wow.
know if it was filmed 10 years ago or it took that long to get to it.
It probably took that long to probably get the funding and the script and just to get everything all together. Probably not to film because these kids are
Right.
young. Yes, they're kids. They're young. They can't film. This
Yeah, I
10
think
years
she's
ago.
like 24. She's like 24 or something.
Yeah, that's
25,
not,
I
no,
believe.
it probably took 10 years in the making. Yeah, for sure. But
Yeah.
Then we have outstanding performance by a cast, Coda won. And then outstanding performance by a stunt ensemble in a motion picture was No Time to Die. And then now we get to television. This was pretty. It's a pretty. It's not that many. Well, they only have here like all the main categories. So we have outstanding performance by a male actor in a television, movie, or limited series. Michael Keaton for Dope Sick. It's on Hulu.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Outstanding performance by a female actor in a television, movie, or limited series was Kate Winslet for Mayor of Easttown.
Kate Winslet.
Oh, okay.
Mara
I heard
Easttown?
about that one.
And then we have outstanding performance by a male actor in the drama series, which was Lee Jung Jae for Squid Games.
Yo, love that.
And
Squid
also,
Games.
Same
Love
thing
Squid
for
Games.
female supporting role in outstanding performance by a female actor was Jung Ho Yeon for Squid Games. Squid Games also.
Too.
Ooh,
And
Yo,
then-
they're killing it.
And
They're
this
killing
is
it.
our favorite show. Outstanding
Okay.
performance by a male actor in a comedy series, Jason Sudeikis for Ted Lasso.
Yes, football is life.
Football is life.
Football is life.
Then we have for
Love
the
that show.
female actor was Jean Smart for Hacks, HBO.
Oh yeah, James Martin.
Outstanding performance by an ensemble in a drama series was Succession on HBO.
Oh, Succession.
And
Hold on,
then
do y'all watch
you
that
would,
show?
you would, I, you
No, I haven't
told
seen
us
it.
to see
Yeah,
it
yeah.
though, and
I haven't seen it yet.
I think there's like 4 seasons. We have to definitely catch up on that for sure.
And
You
then
have to.
I hate that part
Mandatory.
of life. Yeah, to catch up on a show.
We have to catch up on it.
so here
It's
it
hard
is.
to catch up sometimes.
It is.
I
It is
know.
so hard because there's so many good things that are going
There's
on
so
right
many
now.
good, yeah,
So
like,
many
oh,
good things are going on right now.
Do I go back? Do I go back? You know?
Yeah.
Oh man.
And okay, we have our 2 last categories, actually 3. Outstanding performance by an ensemble in a comedy series, Ted Lasso again.
Football is life.
And then we have outstanding performance by a stunt ensemble in a comedy or drama series, Squid Games. So Squid Games won a lot of awards on SAG.
Damn. They just took
Wow.
And then the Lifetime Achievement Award went to Helen Mirren.
Of course.
Oh, Helen Mirren. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Word?
And they had a large category for the
memoriam.
in the memoriam,
Yeah.
and recently with Bob Saget, Betty
Meatloaf.
White, and Sidney Poitier. So it was like a huge night in terms of dedicating
Betty
to those
White and everybody.
actors.
Yep.
Betty White, of course.
and
Absolutely.
dedicating to them. So congratulations to all the SAG winners. I mean, you can't get no higher than this, or can you? Oscars, right? Sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's to each his own, you know? It's to each his own. And,
It's-
you know,
it's-
whatever.
It's so
Categories.
different when you get
Yeah,
awarded from
yeah.
your peers.
But
You
the
know,
outstanding performance by a stunt ensemble. It must have been so close. Squid Game, Cobra Kai, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki.
Yeah.
Like those are all like action packed shows. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That should tell you how hard all these faculty, the casts they go through
it's blood, sweat, and tears. These amazing, and all those that are nominated, and all those that were working on the show and things like that. This is an amazing achievement for them, for sure. This is an amazing achievement. We're working on
I
lighting.
mean, it's not, yo, man. You know, think about some movies who were made like 2 years straight, you know, or 16 months straight, you know.
Yeah. No break.
Think about those old Lord of the Rings type movies. Think about some actors you don't see them on. Well, back in the day, you know how you just didn't hear about them for a while, but now you don't see them on their Instagrams or their social media. they're making movies. They're on set for like 12, 13, sometimes 15 hours making these movies count, depending what the situation is, man. So shout out, man. Thank God for them.
And COVID didn't make it easier, but they still were able to do what they could, and they making magic. So they're making miracles happen. So
absolutely.
So congratulations to the nominees and to the winners out there. Continue doing what you're doing, because guys, you're doing an amazing job.
Absolutely. Keep pushing. So real quick, we want to talk about Beetlejuice 2. It's confirmed.
Yep.
Is it?
Yep. Beetlejuice 2 has been confirmed, and it's Brad Pitt's production company called Plan B.
Oh, okay.
So they're bringing Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder back for Beetlejuice 2.
Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt. I think they split the production company. It was called something else before.
Okay.
And when they were filming Troy, they had their own company together.
Word?
So
I didn't realize they were. Oh, you know what? No, I did know. Yeah, they did have a production company.
Now it's Plan B. I mean, that's like his plan in real life.
Plan B.
For those of you who didn't hear Ansar King Karim, he was talking about how Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt, they had a production company together, and it was called Plan B. But my man said
they renamed it Plan B.
Oh, they renamed it Plan B.
He renamed it Plan B.
Oh, he renamed it Plan B.
Yeah. Oh, he did?
Yeah, because she took the pill too many times.
She took the pill too many times. You stupid. She did not take the pill. You stupid.
Oh, man.
I can't. So that was the plan in real life, the Plan B. Shit, because it didn't work out with her.
Wow.
Damn.
It didn't work out. Yeah.
That's harsh. That's harsh.
Plan B Productions goes into place.
Damn.
Hey, Karim, you're awful, man. Yo, look, let's keep going, man. I mean, Beetlejuice 1 was cool, so we're gonna see what happens with Beetlejuice 2 whenever it comes out. So it's confirmed. They're locked in, so we're gonna see, man. For me, there's certain movies I feel that it can't be remade. It's just so difficult to do certain movies over, to get that same glory of it, out of it, But we're gonna see. So moving forward, Steph, you just told me about Wendy Williams. She's being replaced.
So apparently it's confirmed that Wendy Williams will not be coming back to the Wendy Williams show. A lot of it came down to mental health, and she's unable to come and return for the new season. But what's happening is the people that are taking over her guest spot is Sherry Shepherd. She made the announcement on the Wendy Williams show that she's going to be replacing Wendy Williams on the same timeline. So a lot of people were sour.
So is it like Wendy Williams starring Sherry Shepherd?
No, she put it. She put it in
Sherry Shepherd show.
Yeah. So a lot of people.
That's a mouthful. Sherry Shepherd.
A lot of people were like sour about it, and I was just like, yeah, that's in bad taste. Like, how you gonna announce you taking over somebody's show,
on their show, that
you're guest, like you are a guest host on their show?
I would have done it on social media instead of like just doing it on her show. That's like,
yeah, that's gangster. So
there's one thing saying that you're leaving the show and then you're telling all your fans, but now to announce you're replacing this person on their own show.
On their own show.
I mean, that's kind of her style, though. Like, Sherry, she's like outspoken, straightforward.
Hostile takeovers.
Hostile takeover. Like, you know what I mean?
Mine.
Yeah. Like
she's like, this is mine.
And like good tact or good taste, she tried to, and make it funny at the same time.
No, of course. No, I get that. But what I'm saying is like, the Twitterverse always got some shit to say and be like, yo, that's an awful taste. Like, how you just gonna go do that to your friend and be like, why would you say that on her show during the time slot when you're a guest on? Like, do that on another time. Don't do it on her show. That was like, I guess that was the main argument about that. But
that was the main argument.
Yeah. But the best of luck to her. Best of luck to Wendy Williams and Sherry Shepherd. And quick mention, Sherry Shepherd, she just recently won an NAACP award for Best Podcast. So if you had a chance to take a look into that, it's Two Funny Mamas. So she's with Kyle Whiteley. Oh my God, I butchered the name. I know it's not Kyle Whiteley. Oh my God, not Kim Fields. Oh my goodness.
Either way though, she won that joint.
Yeah, they both won for Best Podcast. So it was really so congratulations to them for that as well.
Nice. We'll
When she
the
was on
folks
the
out there,
View,
we'll get the second name for you.
yeah.
And it's important because there's so many podcasts out there. We're doing it, and for the NAACP to say, hey, you got it.
It was
how
like
many probably?
it was a big
It's not
honor.
an easy task.
Yeah, out of millions of different podcasts out there.
Can you double check for me?
Right.
The name, I want to make
But
sure
that's
I get
pretty
her
dope,
name
man.
right.
But you know what though? I think for her it was well overdue for her own show. But didn't she have her own show before?
She had her own radio show.
She had her own radio
So it's
show.
her own radio show.
She
Yeah.
had her own radio
Okay.
show. It came off air, then it came back on air, and then she had beef with my girl Whitney Houston for a while. I mean,
You said Whitney Houston?
yeah, Wendy Williams and Whitney Houston. That was like the reason why her show had got canceled originally, whatever, supposedly. And then years later, it came back on 107.5 or whatever.
Oh, it did
And
say
from
right.
there,
It
she
is
just
Kim
kind of
Whiteley.
like
Oh.
it just took back off, and then
I
she
thought
got
I
her
said her
show.
name wrong.
Then she got her own TV show.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but remember, she had all the drama at The View too. So it's just like, it was just a matter of her getting her own show. But she's funny on her own. I mean, I follow her.
Yeah.
And,
She's sharp, man. She's sharp.
Whether
man. You gotta remember her on
whether
Jamie
she
Foxx.
did it on the show or not, it could have been in better taste. Yeah, but it is what it is. You can't really control anything about that at this point. So
Well, the question is, did they want her to do it at that time? Did the producers say, you know what, it's time?
They probably weighed out the options to her on the table. Like, listen, you're
Severance
not getting any
package.
better. Your mental health is not.
you mean to Sherry or to Wendy?
To Wendy.
Severance package.
To Wendy. They offer a severance package. Either you take it or we just fire you. We replace you.
They offered a severance package.
Severance package. You stupid, yo.
How do you get a severance package on your own show? Like, isn't that your show? I'm just saying.
She got replaced on her own show. That's grimy. Where's my soundbite? Grimy.
I can't.
Nah, it's not grimy though, because if
It's
you think
business.
about
It's
it,
just
to be
business, bro.
honest, yeah, if she's not well,
Yes.
when are you going to do it? Because at the end of the day, the show must go on. That's what these producers, directors, that's what they're telling you. Well, the show's not going to stop, even though it's your show. It's like, so here's the severance. I mean, we're going to let you know, here's your cut, or however they do it. We don't know if Wendy was a producer, not sure about that, or one of the producers, but all we know is the show must go on.
Okay.
It's the reality. It's the reality.
Yeah, that's the reality. So
It's unfortunate, but it's the reality.
Yeah, her health is important though. That's first and foremost.
But look how long it took for her to even realize. I have a feeling, she probably didn't want to admit she had a problem. Because she stayed on the show for so long, and then I guess with her divorce and all the stuff.
People are good at hiding it.
It's
People are good at hiding it.
Yeah,
Play-
but
play-
I don't think she was good at hiding it because it affected her performance on the show. After a while, she.
Well, we
Well,
still don't
you let your
know
work
behind the
consume you
doors.
also.
Yeah, we don't know what happens behind
Right.
doors.
yeah. It's a tough situation, man. But look, at the end of the day, God bless Wendy Williams, of course. Let her get her health straight. Congratulations to Sherry Shepherd. Because it's well overdue, man. She's amazing. She's just amazing creator overall,
Super
man. So funny,
accomplished.
so
She's
sharp.
hilarious. She's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, it's just that simple. You know what I mean?
I'm reading right now that her ex-husband, is suing for wrongful termination.
Oh wow!
There it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There it is.
I'm telling you,
You know
it's
what I
the
mean?
most grimiest way to do it on air on her own show. It's bad.
Well, I'm not. Again,
Like I
I'm
said-
not gonna say it was her idea. You got to remember stuff like that, man. We
That's
don't know.
true, too.
Of
We
course.
don't
That's
know. She
true,
just
too.
changed her mind. He said, "No, I got this. Move to the right. I'll do it." Or they said the producer said, "Hey, Sherry, it's time." That's how that works sometimes.
They're like, we need you to do it, and maybe she didn't want to do it on the air, but she probably
Right.
of course.
Probably too. That's
right,
true too.
right. Because again, people, the show must go on. They could take the name off. Oh, Sherry, you don't want to do it. We'll take your name off too. We'll bring somebody. That's how they move.
That's
how
it.
they move, man. It's unfortunate, but it's show business.
It ain't Regis and Kelly. It ain't. It's just Kelly now.
Right.
It was. What was it? It was Regis. Regis and Kelly. Then it went to what's my guy? Michael and Kelly.
That was Ryan. Right?
Michael. Now it's just Kelly. Yeah.
The show must go on, yo.
No, now it's Kelly and what's his name?
Ryan Seacrest.
Ryan
Seacrest. Is he still on it? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
God willing, everything's going okay over there. You know what I mean? Because they could change that fast. You know, one wrong move, one wrong bump, say something negative, they'll try to cancel you. You know.
Yeah, and then it also it comes to the point also, you know, because you could kind of sum up like, all right, Wendy, you know, your rope has been long enough. It's time for us to cut it. Meaning in the you know, we honor your straightforward mentality and your straightforward, you know, but sometimes it could be straight up offensive, you know. And like, you know, they got to pull the plug on that sometime. Eventually, with cancel culture now,
so
you know,
we'll see overall. We'll come back to it, and we'll see what happens. So we'll see, man. So you know what? Let's move forward and let's get into it, man. We got some great talk to talk about. Great 20 talk. Steph, what's the first one that's up?
We're talking about Bel-Air.
Yeah, baby.
So I don't know how you guys want to take it, but it's exciting to see a reboot. But you know, sometimes you think about a reboot, you're like,
you know how I feel about reboots.
Yeah,
but
I know how you feel about everything. You know, it's the surprising reboot that you didn't think you needed it. So
yes.
You know, when anything with Will Smith coming off from a win from the SAG Awards, I mean, you can't. He's coming fresh off a win. You got that? Okay.
Yes.
So you know, along with his role from King Richard, it's always a pleasure to see him getting involved in other projects, and this is something.
Yep. Well, this one started off as a fake trailer.
Yes, I remember something like that.
Literally started off as a fake trailer, like to make it more dramatic on the Fresh Prince, and it got so much attention that Will Smith noticed it and pushed for it to become a show.
Yeah,
and that's how it all started.
Literally.
And here we are now with a whole different take on the Fresh Prince with a modern twist.
So, who wants to go and dive in and give us a little backstory on the show? Who wants to dive in?
I think King Karim loved this show. So King Karim, dive in, bro.
So you know, my take, you know, I'm the reboot boot. Like, you know what I mean? I don't like them. You know what I mean? But this one got me hooked. You know what I mean? So and that's
what it do. It
pulled you in.
It pulled me in. Character play, the
micro stories,
the micro stories,
the believability. You know what I mean? What else? You know, the main things, the main aspects. You know, the retelling of the tale. You know, it's all very interesting, and you know, I wish that the young people of today would actually watch the old show to compare and contrast, like what we're going to do now today with
so many lessons in the old ones.
So many lessons in the old ones. That they lived it out in this one. You know, so it's really, really, really good show.
And it's still applicable today, even though it premiered 20 years ago. It's still applicable today.
20, 30 years ago, it's still applicable today.
And my only issue, like coming into the show, was how was the cast gonna play to the original cast? How they were gonna like relate to it?
No, but I think the point of it was because it's a reboot. It's not supposed to.
But then in the back of our minds, us being a fan of the show, growing up to this, it's dear to our hearts. So we have no choice but to compare the actors, you know, and how they portrayed their roles in the old version to the new one.
I agree with Dre. So you know, I did compare a lot. I did compare a lot. To the point where I started to say, yo, this is actually very more independent of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You know, that, you know, they do pay homage to the old show, but this is their own thing. And their own style. You know, it's not even like, you can't even say like, they do pay homage, but it's a whole independent production.
Yeah, you know? It's a whole new movement, man. It's what I like about it at the end of the day is I appreciate more black actors. You know, I just feel as if we're getting there, but it's still taking a little too long, you know, in my opinion only, you know, but, you know, just to see new, fresh faces, you know, because don't get me wrong, when you're acting, you're going to be acting some actors are here for like 40 years of acting, but there's a moment where you're like, man, I just want to see something new, some new people and et cetera, et cetera. So the kid who's playing Will Smith, Jabari Banks, he's solid. He's solid, and I think he's only going to get better, but I really, really like Hillary Banks, Miss Coco Jones, she was just giving a whole lot of, it's 2022, you know what I mean?
It's a modern
I like
twist.
that a lot, with a lot of style, with a lot of, already got the Instagram, influence type movement going, and social media, I'm a princess, and similar to Hillary Banks. But, the situation is different, they switched it to meaner, you know what I mean? It's a reality check of what if things were real, but I still have rich relatives that I can move to, for Jabari Parker, for Will Smith, the Will Smith character, So it's going to be, I think it's going to be here to stay.
I think so too. And the fact that they didn't give Hillary Banks that dumb ditzy role.
Mm-hmm.
She's very well grounded, and now to see us, like I said, for us to see how Hillary does it in a modern society with social media and trying to be an influencer, being a cook and all that stuff. Because I remember in the show, I think she was a bad cook, right? I think she was always burning stuff.
She was always, she was not the type of person that you would think
she was daddy's little spoiled, daddy's little girl,
spoiled. Right. But she in this role,
she's trying to be very more independent.
She still is spoiled, like. Don't get it twisted. She's still being spoiled. But the thing is that when you are presented with a different background, this is deeply rooted. A lot of the characters are deeply rooted. Now you're taking it from a place where these characters are taking a completely different spin. It is different from what you expect from the old one, but it's a delightful twist to see those going on. So with Hillary, she had, originally by Karen Parsons, she was ditzy. Like, she was like, oh, daddy doesn't like. This is Coco Banks is like, she's out here. She's like,
hold on, do that again. Do that again, Steph.
Nah, I can't. Oh my God, like daddy. Like, oh my God, daddy.
Daddy.
Like daddy, like for real. So, like that, with that
Jeffrey.
Like Jeffrey, come on now. Like,
oh, speaking of Jeffrey,
yo,
I mean, spoiler alert. I mean, shoes. This guy.
Gangster.
Yeah,
with a Jamaican accent.
He has this is a whole different take on Jeffrey completely.
Love it.
My man's like the security of the household.
He's not. He's the house manager, not the butler,
not
bro.
He's
not. He's no butler.
/ security team / like extortion payoff.
He's the fixer.
He's the fixer.
This guy, I'm like, whoa, like okay, like I wanna I'm trying to how realistic is his character, and it feels to they try to make it as real life as possible. How realistic is his character, so
CIA agent type.
Right, for sure.
Alfred and Will's Batman.
Militant, come on now. Ex-military.
Ex-military.
Gotta be like it's something down the line. Yeah, it has to
come
be.
on now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or he was just one of those guys who was so hood where he's from originally.
Yeah,
and he says, "I got an idea. I'm gonna move out here and make it happen."
Just make it happen.
But they don't really give much detail about Jeffrey yet.
Not yet.
It's still early.
So let's see what's cooking with this show. So
I think they're gonna do the. I think they're gonna do the every season, and in the main character from the show, they're gonna open it up more.
Yeah, for sure.
Their background,
that would be.
This is your turn.
It would just totally make sense. I would love to go back to talking about Jabari White. Banks said he's the one who's playing Will Smith, and I love the fact that he captures Will Smith's essence
and emotions,
these nuances with his face,
facial expression,
the eyes. That he also has side eye with the watery eyes.
Yeah, Will Smith watery eyes.
Will Smith.
Yeah, that's homage. That's paying homage to the original show.
The wheels are turning. So just seeing him and through his emotions and his language and his swag, his speaking is getting me a little annoyed right now because I don't remember Will Smith doing that in the original. But
this is on a different take.
I know.
So.
That's right. That's the whole point. Yeah.
But I mean, I have to give it to. I hated Carlton. Let me tell you, until he snorted that white line.
Like, that's what I wanted to see.
I was like, that's what I wanted to see. I want
Here we go.
perfection. I want that perfection. I don't want that dweeb is like, it's not unusual to be loved. I didn't want that.
We're waiting for that. They have to pay homage to the show. So that, we're waiting for that. That's
it's not coming.
They're not gonna do that.
They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it.
Don't do it.
They're not gonna do it. No.
If they do it,
deeper.
it's gonna be.
It's darker. Yeah. No way.
And we are gonna get all the deep emotional stories that we got from the show.
But don't get it twisted though.
I can't wait for that scene to come up when his father comes to visit. Why did he leave me?
Oh yeah.
Why did he do that? Why he never wanted me? I can't wait for that episode.
The car scene.
I can't wait for he get racial.
Come on, Dirty. Let's save that for like season 5.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I can't wait for when Carlton gets racial profile when he gets pulled over.
Of course.
Correct.
So all those elements, and you kind of can see that now because when now in the show, Will. He comes from Philly. He comes from a poverty area that's full of poverty, and now he's going to Beverly Hills. It's a whole different vibe.
My man, he came from a direction where he was only known about one thing about life, not b-ball. That was it.
16 blocks.
That was it.
Yep.
And the weight of the crown that it's waiting for you.
And that represents pretty much everyone,
everybody,
in every situation. You want to rep your hood wherever you go, even if you make it or not. You always want to represent.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that was what it was. But from the fresh kicks to the basketball court to prep school and tailored jackets, it's just like it's a big change. And I think that change reflects from the old show to the new show. It's a complete turnaround. And it's refreshing to see, and I literally cannot wait the progression to see the arc of the actors. But to me, it's like the theme of a powerful, beautiful Black family, educated, rich, and still relatable. It was like the old show. It was like the old show, and I tell you this,
Uncle Phil, love it,
love him. I love Vivian.
That boy smooth. That boy's smooth though.
Yeah, but my man, exactly. He's doing the same. He's portraying Uncle Phil awesome. Giving us the lessons, the fatherly figure lessons, the deep-rooted emotional lessons that we're gonna get from the old show to this one. How well grounded he is, and one thing that kind of portrayed like in the beginning few episodes is where he kind of lost himself being a millionaire now. So he kind of got grounded back. And it took Will Smith.
It took Will
for him to realize that he has to go back to his roots to never forget where you came from. And it's really good. It's a really good lesson. I love it.
And that mirroring, going back and forth.
It's
such a beautiful thing to see that on television. To see the beautiful roles and those people that are portraying those roles, and the actors are doing a phenomenal job. And I am not disappointed. I am not disappointed. Not at all.
Nope. Nope, not at all. Agreed 100%, man.
2 minutes before we gotta send another link.
Okay.
I got one more thing to say about the show. I'm waiting and being patient to figure out Jazz's character in this show compared to the old show. We see that he does love music. He likes to but we're just I'm waiting for that. I don't think we're gonna get it though, but for that, for when they throw Jazz in the door when Uncle Phil throws him out.
I doubt it, man. Yeah. That's a lawsuit. Yeah. This time, this Jazz will sue.
It might be Jeffrey taking him out.
Yeah, Jeffrey, the CIA agent, throwing him out.
Yeah. I have a feeling Jazz is going to be Will Smith, voice of reasoning.
Oh, okay.
Like his guardian angel.
Instead of the bad influence in the other show.
It'd be like a good influence.
Yeah,
I loved the original show when he told Uncle Phil, "So, I'm already outside, so you can't throw me out." And he was like, so he threw him inside.
But I don't think they're doing. I don't think they're doing that anymore, man. But what I do like though is when again, we all agree about reboots and how it could be difficult. Some reboots don't even last a season. It's like this didn't work out. I don't know if y'all know that they try to do a similar show to Seinfeld on Channel 5. The same exact style. And that I think it lasted for like 4 episodes. It was gone. But they try to do literally the same thing. With this show, they said, let's just go left. Let's go. It was funny. Let's be not funny.
But what do you give this show?
Okay, show was solid, man. So I'm gonna go with. It's getting great. So I'm gonna go with 8 right now.
An 8. You're gonna give it an 8
right now. Yep.
What about you guys?
I would give it a solid 8 too. Yeah.
Right? What you give it?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I give it a 8 also. You know, I'm pretty sure it's just gonna go up as every episode goes with the season ending. So I think it's gonna go up from there.
So King Karim gives it a 9.
Yeah. I should change my answer. Yeah. I'm giving it a 9. I'm changing. I'm changing my answer. I give it a 9.
You give it a 9? Right.
I give it a 9. I'm giving it a 9.
You're holding my face.
No, I give it a high rating because it's so original, but
not original.
Not original.
Yeah, not original, but it's just when I watch it, you know, it doesn't turn like I don't say, oh, you know, this was done already, or you know what, you know, the old one was better. I just watch it to enjoy it, and it literally pulls you in. You know,
nice.
It's just by itself. So I give it a 9, but it looks like Ern's favorite site, IMDb, gave it only a 6.2.
What?
And look, man. I would go into a riff of why, but I'll leave it alone.
Go ahead.
I'm going to go into it. I feel like they're not cultured enough to give it a high score. I said it.
What do you mean by that? What?
Thank you, Dirty.
Alone.
You spoke for me already.
They're not from a world of culture. They're not culturally
in tune.
They don't understand that you know, Philly life. You know,
any hood
they don't
life,
understand
they don't
that.
Understand
so so it's cool. It's cool. It is what it is. I wasn't surprised by that anyway.
Privilege.
Wasn't surprised by that rating?
No, not by not by these sites. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
No stress. But you know, we agreed. 8, 8, 8, and
no, I changed my answer.
Also 9, 9, 8, 8.
Yeah, 9, 9, 8, 8. I changed my answer.
Oh my God! Yeah, I gotta. You know what? I'm gonna stay with the 8 right now.
You're gonna stay with the 8? All right. Now. Yeah. So what are we going to next? What's our next show?
So Miss Oracle, she wanted to dig into this one ASAP. So Steph, do your thing.
We're gonna be talking about Reacher.
Yeah.
So digging in. When we think about Reacher, I think I have found my new replacement for The Rock for my celebrity pass.
Really?
Alan Richardson. He is one hot dude.
She says he's
Why are you trying to put me on mute?
No.
Oh, because I thought you were moving the fingers. I was like, what are you doing? Going in, I mean, who wants to take it from here? Who wants to take it?
I'll take it.
Oh, go.
I'll start off. You know, Reacher is based on a book series by Lee Childs. There are 26 books overall in the series and counting.
Wow.
So this series is not to be confused with the movies with Tom Cruise. This is a whole different... It's a whole rebranding of the whole series.
Okay. I'm going to say this in the most respectful way. Ain't nobody going to get Alan Richardson and Tom Cruise confused.
Yes, but fans of the book
few inches, will. A few inches. I know.
Pause.
I
know. Right. So the premise of the show is he's a drifter and a former military policeman who battles dangerous criminals throughout his travels. So when he was in the military...
Hold on, Dirty. Dirty. I got to correct you. He's a military legend. That dude's a military legend.
He's a legend. So basically, he was in charge of investigations in the military.
It was Tom Clancy, right? He's Tom Clancy is the writer for the books?
No, Lee Child is the writer.
Oh, Lee Child. Okay,
yeah, Lee Child.
For Reacher. Yeah. So like I said, it's 26 books, and this is pretty much staying true to the books. I've never read the books, but so far from what I've been doing my research and stuff on the show, and me loving the show, being pulled in with the story, a lot of fans weren't happy when he got casted as Jack Reacher. because he didn't know. He doesn't fit the description of Jack Reacher. Because in the book, he's a short guy, black hair, just exactly like how Tom Cruise looked like.
Being portrayed. Right.
So a lot of fans weren't happy. And even when casting his role as Jack Reacher, he went through like dozens of screen calls and everything. So he didn't think he was going to get the role. And then a lot of the casting producers turned away from him and casted Jonathan. What did I say? Jonathan Hartley.
Hartley, yeah. From This Is Us.
Yeah, from This Is Us. They casted him first, so they bypassed him. Then they had a new casting director. They revisited again. They saw his tape. He went through a whole process just to even get the role, and just to have this 6-foot monster play Jack Reacher. You know, like
as one hot man,
one brolic diesel dude, and he gained 30 pounds for this role.
Yeah.
And it's just been a roller coaster of a ride. Like, I love it. I love it. And just his story.
Oh my god!
And just his story of.
Oh no! When did she watch the whole show?
Binge? She binged?
No,
we binge watched it.
No, what we call that? We what?
We bodied it.
We bodied it, bro. Just like that
body, son. You're welcome, by the way.
I don't have that same effect when I take my shirt off.
Oh no, you do.
It's a different kind of love. It's a different kind of love.
Like, bring those rolls over here, baby. Bring those rolls.
Look, man. I tell you like this, right? So when I started watching this show, I wasn't. First of all, I didn't know. I thought it was complete opposite. Dirty. I thought in the book he was actually 6 something in height and 2 something in weight and build. I didn't know it was the other way around. That's what people were actually telling me. Yeah. Right. So people were actually mad at Tom Cruise for doing the movies. You know, people were like, yo, I don't want this dude. Some people said, yo, why don't you just stop acting? And I was like, what did Tom Cruise do? Because I love those movies. I was like, what?
Life. Like, what do you say?
Yeah, but there are people who are really upset. I was like, nah, Tom Cruise good with me. I don't understand why they're saying this, but it is what it is. You're always going to have haters when you're succeeding regardless, right?
Yeah.
So
for sure.
All I know is that dude, Alan Ritchson, and I'm going to say it now because I've been saying it for 2 weeks, that dude is going to take over where Arnold Schwarzenegger left.
I hope he does. So. I hope he does. I hope he does.
He is, without the action, of course.
Yeah, he's going to be a more dramatic role.
Right, in physique and all of that. And the best part for me is dialogue. That dude was sharp. You know, he was sharp. Like he convinced me that, oh, you really was a military
detective kind of, you know.
Detective, yo. He was sharp every time, every line for line. Like he didn't miss, you know.
He didn't miss.
So yeah, this show, God willing, this show stays for 6-7 seasons, man.
No, it's 27 books, bro. It's 27 books, so it's gonna be a lot more.
You know how it goes, though, Dirty.
Yeah,
I know how it goes. People stop. They say they're bored, you know.
Yeah.
So who knows? You know, Pierce Brosnan didn't want to do James Bond no more for no reason.
No, but Alan, I watched an interview with him, and he hopes it goes for more than 10 seasons based on the books.
Yeah, that's a win.
Yeah,
that's a win.
He wants to do all the books. So he's like,
who wouldn't?
Yeah, he's so excited because like when he got the role, he was like, you know, he was all happy about it because he has this whole thing where he had his demons because being in Hollywood. In one of the interviews, he's like, you know, when you're coming from the bottom, you always strive to make money just to get to the top. But once you get to the top, there's nothing left.
Oh, there's nothing.
So he ended up going down this dark hole, and he wanted to commit suicide, bro. It's to the point where yeah, dude.
Oh, I didn't know
that. He hung himself, and it didn't happen. He ended up not dying. You know, it failed. A failed attempt, and then he ended up getting help. And he turns out he was diagnosed with bipolar, bro.
Oh, he didn't even know.
He didn't even know. He was diagnosed. He ended up going through a whole midlife crisis at the age of 35. My man's 39.
Young.
And then he was diagnosed late in life with bipolar 1. And then for then after that, he's like, nothing makes me happy. You know, I have everything in the world. Nothing makes me happy. You know, like everything's going so well, but yet I'm still not happy. And so he ended up changing his ways and everything, started selling all his stuff. And because like once you're at the top, you have nothing. You know, there's just more of it, but you don't feel any satisfying gratification. So he kind of stepped away from acting, and then he did Titans.
And he focused on his kids.
And he focused on himself, and then and here he is, has his own show now. Like, it's crazy.
Lead role. Lead role.
Titans.
Yep. So I think he's
good. What you saying?
I said I loved him in Titans. I mean, he did a good job in that show.
Excellent. It broke my heart when he left. I was over here like, now what? But when I went and scrolled and took a look on social media and the web, and I found out he was doing this, I was like, oh, okay, whew, good. Because you scared me, dude. Like you were too good on the show Titans as a collective for you to leave it already. It just didn't make no sense to me, you know. But I mean, I'll go with the ratings first, real quick. That joint's a 9 for me. There ain't nothing to think about.
Go ahead, Dre. What you give it?
I give it a 9 also. It has it has the silent comedic factor where he's a man of few words, but he just everything he says is hilarious when he's interacting with the chemistry with all his other fellow co-stars. It's just hilarious, you know. And it does the show justice. It just made it fun just to go on this journey, and you know, like you said before, we see like the micro stories in there where we see how the way he is with all the flashbacks. You know, with him and his brother, because that's the reason why he went to the town. He found out that his brother was dead. Right. You know, looking for his brother. He was in another state, and so happens that it was connected to his brother. So he ended up going into this town to just investigate, to look for his brother, and he finds out his brother's dead. And now he's on this mission to find out what happened. And just things start unraveling, and a small detail just turned into this whole big thing. Right. It was just like
it was just really the search for his brother. I guess he really wanted to see him because he haven't seen him in a long time. Right. But his brother was sending him some type of a clue had to do with music. You know, he wouldn't be there at all if his brother didn't do it. But then he found out his brother got killed. So and then everything just went crazy. It just went nuts for episode to episode, man. Kid Kareem, what you got? Or Steph?
Steph, go ahead, Steph.
10s across the board.
I didn't say what you give him. I said what you give the show. I didn't say what you give him. I said what you give the show.
You should have let Steph go last.
She said 10 across the washboard abs. I said not him, the show. What do you give him? No, what do you give the show? Yeah.
10s across the board.
Yep. 10 across the washboard abs.
10 across the washboard abs.
Oh my God.
All right. But tell us why you give it a 10 and not because of the abs.
Okay. So my man rarely speaks. He packs a mean punch. He walks everywhere because he doesn't want to drive. He's a born fighter and protector. He's intelligent and he's not bad on the eyes. The arc of his character is really rooted, and it goes back to the relationship he has with his parents, his mom, his brother. Seeing that development in those flashbacks, it made me think about, wow, like this is something that is so relatable on so many levels. A person that's trying to figure out what's going on doesn't quite fit in the world because some of his standoff comedic timing, my man just wanted to eat pie and he got arrested. Okay. And I'm glad that at the end of the show, he was able to get his pie. Yeah.
Right.
And we had a cameo at the end of the finale.
Oh,
the old man that bumped into him with leaving the diner. That's the writer, Lee Childs.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw that.
So he did like a Stan Lee appearance.
Stan Lee movement. Yeah. So it's probably, many more to come. You know what I mean? King Karim?
I'm going to give it a 7 or 8 because it's still new. You know what I mean? 7, high 8. I like the action. I felt that there was some dry moments and
he's back.
Yeah, no. I feel that there was some dry moments. It was some dragging parts that do like it's kind of like there's just a few episodes that had a little drag to it that I kind of like slipped out, but then I came back onto it. But my girl loved it. I don't know if she's loving him or loving the show like Steph. You know what I mean? But she binged it in 2 days.
I love both.
She binged it in 2 days.
Can we recast
2 days? Wow.
King Kareem's role? Can we recast King Kareem's role and bring his girl? Because everything we watch, she loves. I'm pretty sure she'll give all 10s across the board.
Yeah, I think she might be on the all your favorite, all his fans wear high heels. You know what I mean? So. No.
With all due respect. With all due respect.
The show, I'm not gonna. Like I said, I give it an 8, 7 or 8. Close to the 8.
Pick one. Pick one.
All right, we'll give it the 8 then.
Good.
I mean,
okay. All right.
Because if you would have said 7, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I would have been like, yeah, I don't know what to do with you.
Basically,
you know, giving that show 7, man. That's so.
There's no such thing as perfect. We get it.
Yeah. There's no such.
I mean, yeah, I agree with the 10, but you know, again, the 7 for that show, I couldn't agree with you at all, man. I talked to various people about this show, man. They're just like, yo, I knocked that show out so fast. Yep. Like, it's just the real deal. And we needed a show like this.
So you didn't feel there was any slow moments? It was all, it kept you locked in.
It was slow moments, but it was important because there was, remember, it's still a detective show. They had to figure it out, you know? So those slow moments were, I'm still trying to feel wrong. I need to know why they need to.
Did you feel at moments that he was trying too hard in his acting skills?
No.
Nah, he was sharp, man.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Nope.
Do you see him as a flexible actor? Or is he gonna have does he have range as an actor?
Well, it remains to be seen. We don't know.
He has history in being in a comedy series prior to Reacher. He's a singer. He's a songwriter. He's a producer. He's done comedy roles.
And he's also played a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
He was Raphael in the live series.
Did not know that. Yeah,
so he was always angry, so you know where the anger comes from.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So he plays, he's good at playing those angry roles.
Right.
Redemption.
But outside of that, I still give it a 7 or 8. I mean, I'm based on the, just the connectivity of the show.
Connectivity?
I don't know what that means, but
me connecting to the show. Yeah.
What?
Look, man.
He wasn't in tune.
The connectivity of the show.
Listen,
this ain't Wi-Fi.
He's not gonna
really, like what?
Where can we find it, Dre? Where can we find it?
Where can we find this show?
Amazon Prime.
Where can they watch it?
They can watch it on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime, right?
That's where they could connect to the show, Dre.
Yeah, connect to the show, connect to the characters, connect to be one with the TV. Yeah, I don't know what the hell you want to call it. Yeah, but
connectivity. Look, man, he gave it a 7 or 8. So let's
pick
one,
move
man.
On. Jesus.
Oh wait, and Bel Air. Where they can find Bel Air?
They can find Bel Air on Peacock.
On Peacock. Okay.
Yeah, on Peacock.
All right. And where they can find us, Steph? Where can they find us?
They find 20 Talk on all major platforms. You can definitely find us on Spotify. You can find us on Anchor. You can find us on Google, Apple, Breaker Radio, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon Music, and Castbox. So you can also follow us on Facebook,
everywhere.
Twitter,
and YouTube too, right?
Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. We're going TikTok live. So guys, follow us, like and share wherever you find your podcast.
They love us. They love us. Don't get it twisted and don't get it effed up. All right, so
let's go now.
Yeah, we're about to go into a movie that I've actually been waiting for. Well, I could say a couple of years. I don't want to say the C word no more because we're moving from that. Kingsman. This movie is on its third. It's on its third movie moving forward. Starring Ralph Fiennes. If you don't know Digimon Hansu by now,
Digimon Hansu.
Yeah, Digimon Hansu, excuse me, then man, you just don't know. This guy's Digimon Hansu is one of those actors who's always going to be acting, and that's probably forever. You know what I mean?
I remember first seeing him in Gladiator.
He always plays those supporting actor roles, which is good.
Right.
Loved him in Gladiator.
Crucial.
Great actor, right?
Crucial. So, there you go.
Important
so this movie was about, they brought it back. Instead of going forward, they brought it back. So this is how Kingsman was created, how they fight the inside war, instead of all the inside battles, against the villains who's really trying to convince for them to have a big colossal war, a World War I possibly, right? In this film. So this film, to me, I love history, and I just love how they fit it in, to whatever they was doing. This is why the U.S. should join the war. This is why the U.S. better not join the war. It's just so dope, man. Great writing, great producing, great directing. What's your take, guys?
Go ahead, Dre.
You got stuff.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
Opening scene, starting off, popping off. Mom gets killed. it starts the roller coaster down to the detriment of both the father and the son. The relationship is it's severed, it's suffering, and even
all because he didn't want him to go to war.
He didn't want him to go to. He didn't want him to enlist, and he ended up getting killed in war anyway, and for misidentity. And that scene alone, like that, got me so mad. Yeah. My man survived. He survived. Took somebody with him. Had them over his shoulders. Brought whatever they needed, the secret code and the secret messaging, or they get shot right in between the, right in the brain, right between the eyes. So that to me, that hurt me. That hurt me to see that, and I was just like, my heart was broken for that part. But it just shows you. It just shows you like the emotion attachment to that. So I was like, I was heartbroken.
I'm not gonna lie, the movie actually took me for a loop because I thought the son was the main character versus
that's
the
what
father.
I thought. That's what I thought.
I mean, that was like what's it called? The zinger in the movie. I guess the plot twist.
Yeah,
I'm like, whoa! So
absolutely.
the movie actually now starts.
Right.
But it was overall like I mean, it has some very interesting moments. About the president and then his dirty work.
There's a scandal.
Scandal, yeah.
Ain't nothing new about that. Ain't nothing new about scandals.
Right. And that was part of the this is why we shouldn't join the war. Because like you do that and we're gonna show you that stripper you was messing around with.
For sure.
Like,
stripping.
Like that's why you shouldn't join the world war. My God, yeah. That's why I loved it. I was just like, really? That's what we're really fighting for? To get that footage back. Unbelievable, yo.
For them to join the war.
Dirty, what you think?
I thought it was good. Like I said, it took me, I say like Karim said, it took him on a roller coaster because I'm gonna go back to what we said before. The British accents, bro. Made it believable. It pulled me in.
It pulled you guys
in. The authenticity of the accents, it was
the
amazing.
Connectivity.
The connectivity,
whatever.
I connected in a way.
Whatever.
Where it tapped into my emotional British side,
You got an emotional British side?
like overall, I thought it was a good movie just to see. I felt like it wasn't needed to see how it was started, but it was good to see.
What do you mean?
How the Kingsman started.
You didn't need to know?
No, like I feel like we already know how it kind of started. They told us the history in the first one of how it started, but now we see how it started. But we already knew how it started based on the movies, the first one.
Hold on, you talking about the movie overall?
Yeah, like when the first Kingsman came out.
It kind of explained
how they started and why they started it.
Yeah.
So now to see, we already knew, just not to see it. I felt like they probably ran out of ideas.
This is a long story short. This is a moment because you keep saying the same thing, my man. Like, what are you saying?
I'm saying this movie was not needed. It was good.
Yeah, it was good.
I feel like they ran out of ideas to continue with the third one.
What?
Yeah. No, he's saying like, did the audience need to see this to figure out the story? Probably not.
No.
Because they explained the story pretty well.
Yeah. Okay.
But overall, like I said, it was a good movie. It had a lot of action.
Well, there's a lot of movies out there that don't need to be done, but they still getting done. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Yeah.
And me being a fan of Kingsman, like I said, I enjoyed it. If I was to score it now, I would give it an 8. But what was the movie needed?
Graders, man. I needed you in high school, bro. What the hell were you? Wait, you did go to high school together. You guys are high graders, man.
He needed you as a teacher.
Yeah.
You would have got into Harvard.
I would have got to fucking Harvard with the grades you guys be giving, man.
What do you give it? What do you give it, man? Let's go. Let's just get you out the way.
Okay, so like, when the first movie with Samuel L. This is like completely different. Samuel L. Jackson, like the villain. They kind of gave it a little quirkiness, like Samuel L., but he did a phenomenal job in the original one. Mm-hmm. He did the whole movie with a lisp. If you guys remember the original the movie, yeah, the way he talked in the whole movie, that shit was just I love the way he talked in the whole movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't an accent, and it still brought you in. It still pulled you in.
It was just funny. It was just hilarious.
I'm just saying, because you and Dre seem to have this obsession with English accents. So I'm just trying to figure out what exactly you guys are doing. It's just so annoying.
Yeah, keep doing that. Yeah, no.
Don't do that, Steph. Dre might try to give you baby number 3. He's playing games.
TikTok Live. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're speaking of.
No, but I'd probably give it a 7. I mean, I give it a 7, average, but it's definitely above average. You know, there was some parts was okay. The action sequence was good. You know, was it as like in the original Kingsman, they had like a first person episode part, like a first person fight where the main character was fighting in a first person view. You know, this one didn't have all that. You know, they didn't have the crazy villain that I was hoping for, like Samuel L. did in the first one.
Well, I'm gonna end it like this. That dude who played Rasputin.
Yeah, Rasputin.
Favorite scene. Favorite fight scene.
Favorite scene. Yeah, I don't know.
Favorite fight scene.
Whoa! I thought he was going to win.
I thought so too.
I was like, I don't see that winning, guys. So good luck.
And it's 3 of them.
He got drowned and he came back to life.
Still came back.
Exactly. Yeah.
The Russians are strong.
So look, like he spit out poison. So I was like, yo, fam, who's gonna beat this guy, right?
I drink poison every morning.
Poison every morning.
Every morning for breakfast. So look, man, I'll give this movie. I'll give this movie just about a 7, though. There were parts where it dragged. But overall, you know, the creativity of the movie, and they're still going. They're making another one, actually, all in due time. So I just love this whole situation. You know, keep them coming. You know, so everybody rated. Dre?
Yeah, I give it an 8.
Okay, Steph, recap.
I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8.
See?
I'll give it an 8.
8. And King Kareem, you said a 6.1?
No, 7. 7 is good. Yeah.
Oh, okay, 7. Ooh.
He said 6.1.
I agree with King Kareem.
Tired of
That's
these
scary.
decimals.
All right, man. So we're here to talk about, you got to hear it in my voice. Excuse me.
The sad voice.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. With all due respect, and I say that with all due respect, there was no reason for them to make this movie, y'all.
Long story short.
No reason.
I was watching and I was like, what are we doing? Why?
And this is coming from a man who don't watch horror movies.
I don't.
He was disappointed.
Right.
His first horror movie, he's like, damn.
So wait, hold on. I got something for him. Where's it? Where did you see it on?
You said where?
Yeah, where did you see it?
Come on, man! I can't disclose all my information.
It's on,
but it's on. I did the hood thing.
No, but it's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, I did the hood. Oh, what? I did the hood movement, but yes, it is on Netflix.
And why you feel that this movie shouldn't have been made?
Because first of all, I should have just went to the Metascore and saw that it was a 34. That's what I should have done first. And said, Dre, as much as you want my life to be scared, I'm just not going to watch it because it's a Metascore of 34. And why they probably said a Metascore of 34 is because they did it already. Let's just do it again. Like it's done already. You know, as much as I don't like scary movies, you guys know that it's documented. You know, the streets know. You know, I just don't mess with scary movies. I just don't, you know, but at the end of the day, this has been done already. It was just done over. There's nothing different
actually
from the other one.
I'm going to school you right now. So,
okay, so school me on why I got why I should have got a 58 instead of a 34 Metascore and a 4.9 out of 10. Let me know.
No, well, I'm not basing on score, you know, because I kind of agree. I gotta kind of agree with you, but the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out in 1973.
Right.
So, like me, like growing up, like I said, I never saw it early in life. You know, when I was in the 80s, I never saw it, 90s, whatever. I saw it in the 2000s, the original one. It was recommended to me, and they were like, "You have to see this. It's a cult classic. You have to see this." I'm like, "What's it about?" "Oh, it's this guy named Leatherface, this and that." So he let me borrow the DVD at the time. I went home, I watched it, and I thought this thing was a joke. The original, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Seeing this man looking like Mankind from WWF with a freaking chainsaw, just going wild and killing people. I'm like, this is comical.
Right.
Maybe back in his prime when he came out in 73, maybe that was like it was probably a great movie for the time, like
for
its prime at that age.
A slasher horror movie. It was probably good back at that time,
right?
Because it's probably something new,
right? So basically, he's an orphan. He was raised in an orphanage, and he ended up living in his house. These travelers come by in their little Volkswagen buses, hippies, and they come asking for directions. Then the rest is history, and then they all get slashed. Never made it, and here we are, 50 years later. Actually, one person made it in the original one, and then she made it out. And then there's been other sequels, not directed by the same director, right? So they had the Rob Zombie remake and all the stuff. The Rob Zombie one was good. It was very gory and stuff like this. And then now, here we are, 2022. This one comes out, and this one's supposed to be a direct sequel to the original. So now here we are, 50 years later. The original person that survived, she became a police officer looking for Leatherface, because you never know who you don't know who the identity is from the original. Right. So her whole time she became a ranger, a sheriff. She never found Leatherface. She retired, and now here we are in the modern century. You have these investors come in. They bought this town, and then it turns out now that this lady's about to get evicted. She never signed off. They take her away. She has a heart attack while in the ambulance. Leatherface is in there. We don't know that that's Leatherface. We kind of predict that it is him, and it turns out it was him. She dies in the ambulance. He goes crazy. She cuts his face off, puts it on, and then the rest is history. He goes for broke because he lost his caretaker. But just to see the whole modernism, everyone's always intrigued by this town. Everyone's on their cameras. Cancel culture. They had a little piece of that in the movie. But other than that, overall, the movie was okay. It didn't need to be done. like you said.
Another movie not to be done.
And we're living in an age now where we're getting all these sequels. It just might as well not even touch it.
Right. Don't get it twisted. They got reasons to do what they do, right? Because you're it's a legacy. It's a legacy movie at this point. 70s, late 90s, 2000s, but there's a point where you have to say, let it go. Yeah. This was it. I thought when dude got on the bus and dude said, you'll get canceled.
You get canceled.
I was like, for some reason, I saw the Asian dude and I was thinking Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Rings. And I said, nah. Zoom. I was like, man, never mind. He's not going to save the day. Hilarious, bro. That's why I started laughing. I was just like, I kept laughing, man. I'm sorry. This movie was just, and trust me, there are movies I've been scared of to be like, yo, this movie is crazy. This movie was just hilarious, and it was just pure nonsense. Pure fuckery, yo. Pure, yo. I was just like, the only reason I like this movie to a degree is I saw one of my young boys, he's on The Shy. This kid is Jacob Lattimore. He's also a singer. Okay. He's a really good singer. He started singing first, and then he's in the acting heavy now, as you can see. And I was like, okay, that's what's up. But after that, we're good. Just, I ain't gonna say throw the movie away because it's not my movie, but I'm good.
The killings were brutal. We were like, oh shit, we had a lot of oh shit moments with the gore and stuff like that. But other than that, it just wasn't.
It is your typical gruesome story filled with blunt force trauma to the head.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's basically what it is. It is a typical / horror film. That's it. You're not going to get any more from it. There's nothing that you're supposed to gain from it. It's something for you to watch. It's you sit down, you look at it, you're like, oh, and that's it, done.
Yeah, but then to bring back the original survivor and she tried to finish him off like she's like Sarah Connor in the Terminator.
She got fucked.
She got fucked up. She got fucked up on site.
I think she got it the worst, bro.
She got it the worst.
No. The one who got it the worst, unfortunately,
was the girl at the end?
No, was Jacob Lattimore, man. He chopped his face open. I was like, oh shoot. That's when I said, ooh.
My man Jaws hanging down, bro.
Did it have you jumping in your seat? That's the question. No,
there were moments.
There were moments, but nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy.
No, the guy that was in the mechanic, he bashed his head in. That was a tough scene to look at. I was like, I was like, damn.
The tough scene was the Jacob Lattimore scene when he just axed him and he survived. You know, Jacob Lattimore played Dante. He's walking out and the mechanic's over here like, wait a minute. Wait a minute, where you think you going? He turned him around. He said, "Oh,
he's like,
sit right here, sit right here." Like, hey, wait.
But the one thing I did like was that they depicted like how the South really is, the Deep South.
Oh yeah,
you know,
racist
with the
as they
racism
come.
and stuff like that. They had the whole Confederate flags up in the town and stuff like that. It was it's crazy how like in this modern society it's still there. You know,
right. Not even racist too. It's just they want to stay the way they want to stay.
Yeah, of course.
You know, they want to stay back in the late 70s or early 70s or 60s. They just want to stay there. They don't care about Wi-Fi. They don't care about none of that stuff.
None of that. Because it's not
important.
It's
alone.
They don't care about connectivity.
We ain't bothering you. You won't bother us, okay?
right.
It wasn't even all that.
Stay in New York.
Right. And I think it's just
damn Yankees.
It gives a great picture of how they did the same thing in Brooklyn, how they're gentrifying everything. Yeah. You have these hippies coming in, they got a little bit of money, they have a little social media, they're gonna come and buy properties, do what they're gonna do, and you know, they're gonna change everything. And Mita, the one at the end, she got her head chopped off.
Yeah,
that shit was stupid. I said, get in the
dragged
fucking
her out the sunroof.
Like, get out the. Why are you getting out the car? Get in the car and drive as fast as you can. Please stop.
Oracle. That's the part that got me upset.
I was
just
like
leave.
so pissed. I was like,
there's no giggling. There's no giggling here where all your friends died. There was no slight giggle at all.
We made it. Ah!
Fucking her head chopped off. I was like, are you serious?
They try to do like a Jeepers Creeper moment when the guy comes in from the end and just pull it.
Oh yeah. Well, it didn't work. Yeah, it didn't work.
You see the head chop off.
Even though that's what happened in the real footage, you know, it was like one more kill before he got knocked down. You know, it was because I think it was a sheriff who got killed with the chainsaw at that point at the end. I don't know if you saw one of the movies where they show a real footage when the sheriff screamed. He came out, zoom, and the sheriff screamed, and then it went black or whatever. But that was a real footage. I forgot which movie it was. I don't know if it was part 9 or part 18. Who knows?
Yeah, because in the original one she survived, so that's how it ends off. Where she runs off to the road, she gets picked up, she gets hitchhiked, and she picked up, and then Leatherface in the background, you know, like running up the highway, chasing after her, and then after that, that's how it ends. But then just the one thing I did like was he went back to the original house at the end, at the post credits.
Right.
You know, so that was pretty cool. You get to see the original house from the original movie, and then other than that, like it's, you know, I'm glad
another movie that didn't need to be made.
Yeah, so this is one of those. Was it Stream It Neither or what was our segment called?
It's either
movie worthy, stream worthy, or ABC special.
Theater, Stream It or Neither.
Neither.
This is one of those like I would have been good if I didn't watch it. You know, like or streamed it.
Yeah, but does that
not even a home theater?
Yeah, not even straight to video, or what was it? The ABC special.
ABC special, not even an ABC special.
Well, what about like back in the days when they had like the Sunday movie at 11? No. Wait, no, you still wouldn't watch it?
No. I would have been mad if remember
back
back
basic
in the day,
TV, no cable, and then on Sundays, like 20 years after the movie came out,
free,
they would ruin my day.
Yeah, wow.
WPIX at 5 p.m.
Back in the days, if I would have back in the days, if I would have walked into Blockbuster or Hollywood Video and I would have saw it on the shelf for like Friday new releases, I would have left it there. I'm like, nah. It didn't pull me in.
If I was in Blockbuster, I would have had that. I would have had that disc in my hand, and I would have told the Associated States, try to catch it. He would have been like, no. I would have been like, good, because it's trash. I was aiming for the trash. I wasn't aiming for you. You know, because I mean, there's a point where you just got to stop trying to reboot stuff, man. And if you're going back real quick before we leave, Metascore gave it a 30. Okay, end of story, man. It just wasn't good. On Prime Video, it's $3.99 to watch it if you think you need to watch it. But I'm cool. No disrespect, respectfully. You know. So with that being said, I'll give it a 3. What you got, Dirty?
I'll give it a. I will give it a 5 just because of the brutal killings.
I'll give it a 5 too. Yeah.
You know, and like I said, like Karim said before, back in the days, he's been saying it since we started. Like some stuff should just be left alone, and we live in a day and age where a lot of these old shows that we've seen before growing up, they're making a comeback with the same actresses. It's just not doing it for me now.
Yeah.
It depends on the movie, but this movie just didn't do it for me.
But Bel-Air works.
It
was a reboot, and that worked.
They were brand new actors, though.
It's not the same actors.
Yeah.
Right, but it works, man. Like Bel-Air works. Again, if King Karim, if he saw it, he would probably say -1. If I said a 3, he would probably say negative. No, I'm like -9. Yeah, he would probably say -9. You know, so. If he would have said 6, I probably would stop doing this. I'd have been like, I don't know what to do anymore in life. If he would have said something like 6, bro. But he'll let us know in due time, man. But moving forward real quick to funny talk. Steph the Oracle. So this,
yeah, she picked this one. So let Steph take it.
Steph take it.
So,
God bless him, by the way.
I know, so bad. I was scrolling in, and from the Bet That podcast had a feature on TikTok talking about an Olympic Finnish skier who suffered from a frozen penis during the Olympic events. So I gotta post that up. What happened was the conversation between the two gentlemen. It was like, well, how did that even happen in the first place? Mm-hmm. And to me, it's like when you're talking about a frozen penis, I can't relate because I don't have that genitalia. But what would you think if you guys were in that situation?
I don't even know how that happens. I'm in the same predicament as them. Like you're Olympic. Like it's the first time you went skiing in the snow or something.
What happened? You never had shrinkage before or something?
Oh my God, bro! Like, look. At the end of the day, I'm thinking to myself, did he get a hard on and then it went frozen? They were thinking about like the greatest sex he's ever had.
What was the outcome? What was the outcome? Like,
well, the outcome.
His dick froze. Now what?
He was good though. He
was fine. What happened?
It didn't chip off.
It didn't chip off or anything. So what happened at the time that he was getting his award, it was defrosting, but my man he got 27th place. So
27th place.
He got 27th place. But the thing is, the Bet That podcast was like, yo, if my man got 27th, he should have never went in the first place.
Yeah. They're right.
I was like, what?
Is he that good, huh? He's that good. 27th place.
And they gave him a participation award? Come on.
Oh my God.
The Olympics is top 3. That's it.
Oh my God.
Gold, silver, and bronze.
There's no honorable mention.
My man got a ribbon like in field day for kindergarten.
There's no honorable mention.
It's like they said that somebody was playing the game freeze. And then he said, he just stood there, but he didn't try to stand there. You know, his manhood stood there. But
so did he have a stiff competition?
Oh my God!
It's safe to say he was the stiff competition. It was him versus blue balls. But look, yo, I don't know how that happens, but you know what? I don't want to know. I don't need to know. You know, just to find out myself. No, I'm good, yo. God bless him. He's good. He's okay. He, like Steph said, he defrosted, so everything's okay. His wife is probably happy as a mug. All right. So look, before we go, Steph, just end this off again one last time. Where can they find us?
Absolutely. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at 20 Talk 20. 20 Talk is talking about all shows, music, movies, and everything in between. And so you go back, listen to those new episodes wherever you listen to podcasts. We have new episodes premiering every Friday. You can see this on YouTube as well. We're on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker Radio, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon Music, and Castbox. Again, you can find us on all the platforms. Don't forget, follow, like, and share.
and YouTube. So real quick, guys, we gotta go. Appreciate y'all. Steph, the Oracle, thank you for welcoming the TikTok viewers. They love us, as you can see. This is your boy, Ern B.
This is your boy, Dre.
It's your boy, King Karim.
And Steph the Oracle. Have a good night, everybody.
Take care. Peace. Deuces.
Happy weekend.